hallways of YG's practice building were quiet the night before the last evaluation, but inside the practice rooms, the lights were still burning. The mirrors carried the reflections of 7 young trainees who had already pushed past exhaustion. For months, their lives had narrowed into a simple formula: train, improve, repeat. Yet the weight of the upcoming evaluation made every second feel sharper, every heartbeat louder. It wasn't just a performance. It was the final line between being a trainee and becoming BABYMONSTER, a night filled with determination. Inside one room, Ahayan practiced her vocal lines over and over, her voice softening whenever she caught her breath, only to rise again with renewed force. She carried pressure on her shoulders, pressure she rarely showed. Even when fatigue painted her face, her eyes stayed focused. She whispered to herself, "Just one more time." And she meant it every time. A few rooms away, Ruka went through her rap verses with her usual calm intensity. She didn't raise her voice or show nerves, but her silence spoke volumes. Every movement, every breath, every step, she treated them like they were part of her survival. She had waited many years for this. She knew exactly what this moment meant. Asa, meanwhile, approached the night like a strategist. She broke down the choreographies piece by piece, analyzing angles, lines, and timing. Her discipline gave her power. But deep inside she feared disappointing the people who believed in her. She practiced until her sneakers hit the floor with the sound of absolute precision. The younger trainees, bravery beyond their years. For Chiquita, the youngest trainee, the challenge was different. She was talented beyond her age, but the scale of the evaluation made the room feel bigger, almost too big. She held her mic tightly, reminding herself that fear didn't mean weakness. She stood in front of the mirror, lifted her chin, and whispered, "You can do this." And slowly, that whisper turned into confidence. Rora, bright and warm by nature, faced a quieter kind of pressure. She wanted to show everyone the full depth of her voice, not just her charming tone. Every time she missed a note, she closed her eyes, took a breath, and tried again. Each attempt grew stronger, and by the end of the night, she found a version of her voice she had never discovered before. Rami spent her hours polishing the smallest details: breath control, pitch stability, emotional tone. She knew she wasn't the loudest trainee in the room, but she carried a steady presence, one that filled the air with calm strength. Her goal was simple, not perfection, but sincerity. And then there was Farida, who trained with a kind of elegance that made everything she did feel weightless. But even she felt the edge of anxiety. She paced the room, repeating her parts, pushing herself to hold her notes longer, move cleaner, shine brighter. Their individual struggles, fears, and hopes were different, but the room they shared was the same. The dream was the same. The final hours before the evaluation, when the sun rose, fatigue woven into their muscles, the trainees gathered together. The usually separate practice rooms gave way to one shared space. They formed a circle, holding hands, not because someone told them to, but because they needed the connection. There were no rehearsed speeches, no dramatic vows. Only quiet words: "Let's do our best. Don't be scared. We worked hard for this. No matter what happens, we're together." The tension broke just a little. Their hands tightened. Their breathing synchronized. For the first time in weeks, they felt like 7 parts of one heart, stepping onto the stage. When they finally entered the evaluation room, the lights felt brighter than usual. The judges, staff, and producers sat with serious faces, their clipboards ready. The atmosphere was heavy, legendary, even. The room felt like a place where destinies were decided, but as the music started, something changed. The fear faded. The nerves dissolved. The hours of practicing, crying, pushing, and believing came alive in movements, in harmonies, in rap delivery that hit with precision and passion. Each trainee performed like it was their only chance, and in a way, it was. Ahayan's vocals soared, Ruka's charisma filled the room, Asa rapped with razor-sharp confidence, Rami's stability anchored the performance, Rora's tone added warmth, Farida's elegance wrapped the stage in grace. Chiquita, the youngest, stunned everyone with her growth. When the final beat dropped and the room fell silent, the girls stood breathless, exhausted yet glowing. Whatever the outcome, they had given everything, the aftermath, tears, relief, and a new beginning. After the evaluation ended, the cameras captured moments both raw and tender. Some girls cried quietly, overwhelmed by the release of pressure. Others hugged tightly, whispering comfort to one another. The hallway became a place of shared relief and nervous anticipation, but something was undeniably different now. They were no longer just trainees, they were a team